difference between seated class and online classes. When you go into the seated class, the teacher's up front. If you need assistance, they're there for you. But with an online class, the only way you have to communicate with your teacher is by email. And sometimes, some teachers try to get back to you a lot quicker than others do.
Online learning is you go to the bookstore, you get your book just like with a seated class. The difference is that anywhere you have access to the internet, you have access to your class, and you don't have, and fully online you don't have any interaction like face-to-face.
It's not a good idea to procrastinate with online classes. I found that out the hard way, being a few weeks into that online class.
Being conscious of how long it usually takes you to do your homework, and then adding an hour to that to give you a comfortable margin. Yes, you can do your homework in your pajamas, but you still have to do your homework. You still have to log on and make sure you take care of all your responsibilities online.
I really can't stress how important time management is with online classes.
I was really surprised at how much actual assignments there were, because you're not in a classroom, so you don't get that hour and a half, 2 hours to talk about the subject and to express your questions and stuff like that. As far as online, you will have an assignment every week that it's your responsibility to keep up with.
Brought to you live from Malin Community College, the top 10 ways to fail an online class. Number 10, ignore the syllabus. Oh, what's this thing? Oh, I just throw that out the window. Number 9, ignore resources. Just think that you are out there on your own doing the online class. Number 8, underestimate the workload. It's online, how hard can it be? Number 7, try to function without a computer or the internet. It's amazing how many people say, I'm going to take that online class, but I don't have a computer, I don't have any internet. My boyfriend's cousin's sister's dog's babysitter does have the internet at her house, so I'm going to go over there and hang. You can't do that. Number 6, don't read the feedback. Online instructors really want to give you feedback. Number 5, go MIA. That's the way that you can fail an online class. Just disappear. Go invisible man. Disappear. Don't post stuff for weeks. Don't email the instructor. Just disappear and then show up 2 weeks before the end of the semester saying, hey, am I going to pass? Number 4, tell your instructor all about all the horrible things that are happening in your life and think that that means you don't have to do anything. People have rough lives. They do. And that's hard. But the people who are successful are the ones who can work through that life content and still succeed. Number 3 way to fail an online class, not reading the instructions and the announcements. Number 2, just ignore those deadlines if you want to fail an online class. Deadlines, schmedlines. Just laugh at them as they go by. Deadlines are important. In an online class, even more than a seated class, because you don't have an instructor standing over you going, paper, quiz, today, now. Instead, you have to follow along for yourself, using your syllabus, using the announcement, using the guidelines the instructor has provided. The number 1 way, though, to fail an online class is to get behind. An online class is a log rolling contest. You ever seen people do log rolling? You're on top of it. The second you're off the log, you're under the log. Off the log. Stay ahead of the game. So those top 10 reasons I hope will encourage you to not do any of those things and instead help you to be successful, because here at Malin we want you to be successful in our online classes. We want you to succeed.
Malin has decided to tackle student readiness, faculty readiness support, and college readiness support for online learning. Malin's QEP is going to address the 100% online classes because that is where our data analysis shows us that we need the work. The first, probably the central pillar of what we're trying to do is ensure that students are ready for online classes before they take online classes. We're looking at doing several different things, including assessment instruments to see how ready a student is for online learning. And we're also looking at doing an orientation for the students. If we're asking students to get ready, we also want to have quality online offerings to meet those students. And so for the QEP, what it's essentially going to address is it's going to address faculty development and support from that end of creating quality online classes. And so why should a student care about the QEP? Ultimately, we want our students to succeed. And that's really what the QEP is addressing. It's addressing ensuring student success in online learning. For those students that choose to learn through the internet, students that choose to take 100% online class, we want those students to do well and to learn the material and ultimately to get the grade that they want from the class and to get the experience that they want from the class, to be satisfied with the class, to stick with the class. And that's really what the QEP addresses, and that's why it matters, is because we want students to succeed.